Yeah, I've checked my lottery results and I didn't win the entire jackpot. I didn't win anything at all. And, it's a bit of a relief, really, because as I was obsessing about my result, I became fearful of, what it would take to protect, an exorbitant amount of money, especially online, especially thinking that, the lottery had been manipulated by individuals, and what would it take to please them, and things along those lines. So I'm kind of relieved, like I mentioned, that it's all over and sanity has been restored. But I've learned a valuable lesson in the sense that I don't think I have the propensity to want to gamble anymore. It does trigger off symptoms. And reality is, even if it were real, would I want to be in the service of people who are basically, I'd never get to meet in person, and who sole prerogative in life is to, you know, protect their own status and assets in life. You that's who I believe make up the individuals within the intelligence community. So they're not really looking out for me. Reality is I gambled my life, because I was delusional in nature. I was suffering from a psychotic mental illness. And, I thought it was the only option I had to protect my family from, the powers of bureaucracy, if that makes sense. I don't want to get into too much content, because I end up just dithering or going into word salad, so to speak. And reality is I don't recall a great deal of content, and the bits that I do are, ones where I was desperate at the time to preserve my life, so to speak, and those of my family. So already there are thoughts that pertain to this kind of delusion. The magical number is 20 now, and that if I wait until it jackpots to 20 million, then that may be my key. And like I mentioned, I don't know if I want to play these games anymore because they just make me sick. They're a symptom of my mental illness. Yet, the conviction I have when deluded, it's not 100%, but it's like the small child hanging around all year for Christmas or his birthday. I'm going to get something. That's how I feel whenever I punt or gamble. And I try and control, my grandiose and, my grandiose thinking. I do get expansive. It is all part of an expansive delusion, and that there's no use patronising something that, whether it was legitimate or not, I guess what I'm trying to say is I've come to the end of my tether, in the sense that, I no longer want to participate in something that robs me of my soul. So that's part of my delusional nature.